dude. Anybody ever tell you to brush your teeth? Wow, you look like a porcupine crap baby fresh on parole.
The box. You opened it. We came.
What box? It's just a cookie.
Oh no. It is a means to summon us.
Wait, who the hell are you, Humpty Dumpty?
Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
Really? Worth it. What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So, Hellraiser came out back in 1987, was directed by Clive Barker, and stars Clare Higgins, Andrew Robinson, and Ashley Laurence. It involves an unfaithful wife who encounters the zombie of her dead lover as she helps him regenerate by luring men to their deaths before the evil cenobites find out he escaped their torturous hell. This, of course, was based off of a novel, The Hellbound Heart, which was also written by Clive Barker. So let's get into the positives, and there's plenty of them. This was one hell of a horror film, literally. The story was just awesome. It was very scary. It was endearing. The level of scares and the level of intensity. As many times as I've watched this film, I still, to this day, kind of get freaked out by it. Clive Barker was a genius. It's true horror of its time. And as I've said many times in my past reviews, we never get horror films like this. Honestly. As for the characters, Andrew Robinson plays the well-mannered Larry. He's a husband and he's trying to take care of his family. And you really got to feel sorry for this guy because he's totally oblivious to everything that's going on. With his cheating wife, with all this demonic stuff, and trying to take care of his daughter as much as he can. Very caring. You just really got to care for this guy, especially by the third act. You really feel sorry for him. Andrew Robinson is a very talented actor. Clare Higgins plays Julia, the cheating tramp. Oh, sorry. My bad. The unfaithful wife who encounters her dead lover. She brings a very menacing performance. She goes from just a regular cheating tramp to this menacing murderous psychopath. Like that old saying goes, once you get a taste of it, you can never go back. Or something like that. She gave a very convincing performance, and what's funny is I heard that this actress, she hates horror movies. So during the premiere all those years ago to this day, she's never been able to quite finish it. She got into like 10 minutes of her own movie, and it just got too tense for her. She had to walk out of the theater. That was pretty funny. But hey, it's understanding. All of us are different. Even though some of these actors and actresses act in horror movies, doesn't necessarily mean that they like the genre. Saw 3, for instance. The girl in that film who was taking care of Jigsaw, she claimed that she didn't like horror movies either. Go figure. Oliver Smith played Frank the Monster, or Frank the Zombie. It shows how he gets resurrected, and it's kind of weird because they don't really throw any explanation as to how he actually accomplished this. But after being torn apart by those cenobites, he gets resurrected by the blood of his brother because his brother scratches his arm by accident and his blood falls on the floor of that room. And it somehow regenerates him halfway. The visual effects was okay, but for the time that it was coming out, I'm sure people loved it. Although there was complaints that was like more towards the third act. Not this particular scene, but I thought it was done pretty well. It showed how this version of a zombie could be resurrected in that capacity. And it was pretty freaky. It was awesome, scary, chilling. I loved it. Sean Chapman played the human Frank. He was pretty good. He played Julia's side piece, the one that she was cheating on. And I'm very glad these people got what came to them. Don't mean to sound cynical, but I really am. As much as you love to hate this guy, he gave a pretty solid performance. Another little-known fact, for some odd reason, don't ask me why, but I heard that Sean Chapman, his whole dialogue was dubbed by another actor. So when you hear him in the movie, The Human Frank, that's not actually him. Don't ask me why they decided to do that. I've tried searching it. I couldn't find any explanations. That's just kind of weird. I guess the director was like, we like your face, but we don't like your voice. Well, gee, Clive Barker, back at you then. But yeah, his entire dialogue was dubbed by another actor, and I don't understand why, but to each his own, it is what it is. Ashley Laurence plays Andrew Robinson's character Larry's daughter, and she gave a pretty good performance as the main girl. Very impactful, especially by the third act. Let's get into the heart of this film, Pinhead. Originally, in this film, he's not mentioned as Pinhead. He's just mentioned as the lead cenobite. This was before Doug Bradley signatured the Pinhead character. Very dark, very menacing. As soon as he pops up, you knew this man was born to play this part. It was awesome. Now, at the time, he was just doing theater. This was, I think, his first or second film that he actually did, and he did an awesome job. As I said, this man redefined this character to forever to be known as the iconic Pinhead. The practical effects was just great, especially on the cenobites. It looked real. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of one of these guys if I was in that position. Just saying. The score was great. It was a perfect score for a Hellraiser film. Now on to my next area. This film focused more on the human characters, especially Julia and Frank, about their sins and what they did, which is fine and all. I didn't have a problem with it, but it was slow at times because of that. And because of that, I'm going to move into my negatives. The sequels pretty much ruined this for me, but there wasn't enough Pinhead. Thanks to the sequels, those movies ruined this one for me. Pinhead only shows up like 2 to 3 times out of the whole picture. That's the only thing that disappoints me about this movie now, but I can still appreciate it for what it is. An awesome, classic horror film full of blood and gore. All the main ingredients that a horror freak like me likes. My final thoughts, and I know I'm repeating myself, it's a great horror film. It's what every horror fan would expect, especially out of an 80s slasher. I'm giving Hellraiser a B+. What did you think of Hellraiser? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave me your thoughts down below in the comments. Stay tuned for more videos and reviews coming soon to a computer screen or a cell phone near you. You better do it, otherwise
We'll tear your soul apart.
Thank you, Pinhead. Peace the rip out.